Hi there, Julie from Kaszazz here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a little gift card using the Aqua Markers. This is a little gift card we're going to make, and we are going to use the Aqua Markers, the Essentials set. So we're only using markers from that set. So first of all, what we're going to do is get a piece of card. We're just going to fold it in half. We're going to use the precision press, and for those that don't know, the precision presses are really good as well for getting a nice finish, straight finish on your cards. You just fold it into the corner and then just use your bone scorer along the edge like that. So that's another great use for a precision press. Everything that we use today we sell at Kaszazz. I won't tell you every price, code, whatever. I don't know how to put it on the screen, but you just get in touch if there's anything that interests you or you want to know more. We'll just use a little bit of washi tape to just keep it in place. Okay. Just want to keep the card in place. Now I have set the stamp up. What you would do is you would place your stamp on this part of the card, and then you would pull the lid over on the press to pick the stamp up, and then it's in the perfect spot that you want it. So these markers are water-based markers, and they deliver nice, smooth, bright colours when you dilute them down with water. Or today, what we're going to do is actually colour the stamp in. That is the main technique we'll be doing today. So there's lots of things you can do, but that's what we'll do today. And I will try and do it so it doesn't take too long to show you. I've put some tape on the ends of my markers because I find I always pull the wrong end off. So you've got a larger brush end like that, and on the other end you have the finer tip. So I just found that having it marked up one end, even though it does show you, and I'd probably still pull off the wrong end even though I have put the tape on. So what we do is, to colour the stamp, we just use the side, and you just brush it along. You don't get too pedantic about it, except I just went on the flower. You can just use your finger to rub it off. I think I need to have it facing the other way. So then you just, so like I said, there's 72 colours in the range, and you can buy them in packs of 6 or 12, but this one I've only used the essential pack. So we colour it in, then we just stamp it down. And if you can see, I missed a flower, so I can just come in here and just put green on it. So this is the great thing about the precision press. You can just come back and stamp. So that's that little bit done. So that was pretty simple. I'll just put that aside. And then on this side, so we're using the succulent stamps today. There's 6 in the set of the succulent stamps. That just shows you all the varieties that we could make of this card using the different succulents and their pots. And I often use the pots for lots of things. I cut the succulents off and just use them. It's a really cute set. It has words in it as well. So we are going to use the smooth side on a piece of watercolour paper. It does work on white card too, but it definitely blends better on watercolour paper. So that's why we've got that today. And this is a nice watercolour paper to use. So doing the same, I'll go this way, same sort of thing, but what I did here is I just used a variety of colours. Let's see, told you, wrong way. And the lighter colour I just put into the centre, or roughly sort of all over it. And then, see, then sort of into the center. There's not really a right or wrong way. You will end up with a nice image. It doesn't matter if you put one little bit in the wrong spot or whatever, you just keep blending. So do that. Then the orangey colour. See, every time I pulled the wrong side. The orange side, just put that around the pot there. So we'll give it a go. See what we've come up with. That's not too bad actually. So if you want it, like I said, if you want more, you can just come out. It doesn't really contaminate the tips, and you can just scribble the tips off if they've got other colour on them. So just quickly around there as well. But like I said, I think that's pretty good. So just a little, if you wanted a little bit darker, do that. So just like this. And that's pretty good like that. Then what we're going to do is, because we wanted a little bit of a watercolor effect, we're going to use the water brush. So the water brush already has water in it, and we take it to just the tip. Because it's water-based markers, it means the ink will move. So we just go around and colour like so. And it's probably a good idea to have a paper towel or something near you if you need to wipe colour off. I tend to just use my arm or my hand. Same, you just blend until you're happy with the result of your blending. So that's just the top done like that. With the pot, because there's only a small outline, I tend to just scribble some colour, and then probably just maybe add a little bit of water just to, so it blends pretty easy when I put it on. So we just blend that in. If you had done your pot and you wanted to add, the line wasn't quite right, well, you've got your fine end as well that you could just draw it in if you didn't quite get it right, which can happen sometimes. So we just colour in. Now, to add more colour, you would need to dry it off now so that we would so we could add more orange, because if I just keep adding the colour in the water, it's just sort of going to be like wet and it's hard to get it to colour. So, and to stop it bleeding, you also need to heat set it just to stop the bleed. So once you stop, you can keep going. With the little heart that I've stamped on, this is a really cute heart. It's that one, the can't remember the set off the top of my head. It's in the Floral Posy set. Same thing, you would just colour in your stamp like so, and stamp it on like that. But because it's wet and I haven't dried it, it's going to bleed a little bit, but this is really just to show you what we're doing. So put that on, and then I moved everything around. Now I can't find everything. Way over here. Okay, so then you would cut your image out. Obviously I've cut one out earlier because I don't want you to sit here and watch me cut, and I don't know how to fast forward anything, so it has to be with all the mistakes and everything until I learn a bit more. So back to this card. Now I've done a bit of sky and grass on it. So what we did for that, using the oxides or distress, I can see the any blue, we've got tumbled glass here, and we're going to use the distress brush in the blue. I like the brush, like you could use a blending tool, but the brush just gives it a really nice light subtle effect, as opposed to the blending brush. When you often come on with a blending brush, you go people are very heavy-handed and they find that too much colour comes on straight away and they've got a big blob. So blending does take a little bit of practice. But with the blending brush, and you can get 2 of these for $20, they just give you that subtle colour, and you can sort of go over so you can see the subtle colour and how nice it looks. And it's the same as those little pink flowers. You could actually just add a bit of pink for those flowers the way I did with the pot. So that's, so when you want to do the wider sweeps, you have the brush out the little, so that it's a bigger, it'll do a bigger area. But if you wanted to do, say, a bit closer, if you pull it up like this, you won't get as much. It'll just be a bit more solid. So we just get like that. See that? And I'll just show you this card. This is using the Distress brush with oxides. So all the background's been done, and also the flowers and the bucket and everything was done with the oxides and the brushes, and most of it was done having the brush in like that to do the bucket and flowers, but the background was done. So that's really pretty. I can see it's backwards, but I don't actually know how to fix that, so I won't worry about that just at the minute. So we've got that, and the little pot would just go there, and then you would, that's how you just mount your little pot on, stamp a little verse, a little sentiment in the corner, and that's your little card done. Really easy. That's just one thing you can use the Aqua Markers for. There are other things, and if I get a chance, I'll try and show something else. Hope you enjoyed this little video. All Kaszazz products, so make sure you get in touch with with myself or any Kaszazz consultant, because there are a lot of ladies now that have their own consultants. So we just like to all share the love of craft. So thanks for watching.